This is the lecture number 17 for the chapter maximum minima, and we are discussing the word problem of maximum minima, and we have done up to question number 25 of exercise 6.5. Let us take question number 26, in which the surface area of the cone is given, and you have to prove that its volume is minimum when the semi-vertical angle is sine inverse 1 upon 3. So the surface area is given as, the surface area of the cone is pi r plus L, which is given, and you can easily find the value of slant height from this, s upon 2r minus r, and you have to prove that its volume is minimum when this surface area, you have to prove it. Volume you have to prove minimum. So replace the value of L in volume, but the L is not given here. So you eliminate this H by using the Pythagoras theorem, which is H will be equal to under root L square minus R square. Squaring both the side, you eliminate the square root. So V square 1 upon 9 pi square r raised to power 4 L square minus R square. Replace the value of L, which is S upon pi r minus R whole square. Find the whole square of it. A square plus b square minus 2ab. R square will be cancelled out with R square. Open the bracket, this into this minus this into this, and you have to differentiate this v square with respect to r because s is constant. So differentiate with respect to r, it will be 2r and 4r cube. Put it equal to 0, the first derivative. Put it equal to 0, 2r s square upon 9 is equal to 8 upon 9 pi r cube s. S will be cancelled out with S, 9 with cancelled out with 9, 2 with cancelled out with 4. So S is coming out to be 4 pi r square. And we know that S is pi r plus L. It is given. And by putting this, pi will be cancelled out with pi, 1r with 1r. So L is coming out to be 3r. Now you have to prove that its semi-vertical angle is 1 upon 3. So sine alpha is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, that is r upon L. Sine alpha is equal to r upon L. Replace the value of L, which is 3r. So r will be cancelled with r. It is 1 upon 3. So sine alpha is equal to 1 upon 3, or alpha is equal to sine inverse 1 upon 3. Now find the second derivative of this, which is 2r s square upon 9, and differentiate it. It will be 2s square upon 9, and it will be 24 upon 9 pi r square s. This. Take 2 upon 9s common, replace the value as 4 pi r square, and 24 pi r square, it is this, and this will be negative. It means the volume will be maximum. The volume will be maximum when the semi-vertical angle is sine inverse 1 upon 3. The second derivative is coming out to be negative, so it means volume is maximum. Now in the curve is given as x square is equal to 2y, and you have to find the point on this curve so that its distance from a point 0,5 on the curve should be minimum. It should be minimum. So let p xy is a point on the curve, and you have to prove that the distance of this point from this point A, which can be found out by using the distance formula, x2 minus x1 ka whole square, y2 minus y1 ka whole square, and you have to prove that this distance is minimum. So we can remove the square root by squaring both the side. You can replace the value of x square as 2y because you have to eliminate one of the variable because two variables are there. So replace x square by 2y, and now differentiate this pa square with respect to y. It is 2. It is a derivative of this will be 2y minus 5. Put it equal to 0. You are getting y as 4, and when you put y is equal to 4 in this here, you will get the value of x. So x is coming out to be 8. Or 2 root 2 plus minus. Now to find the second derivative of this pa square with respect to y, which will be 2, and this is positive. It means the distance is least when the point is 2 root 2 4. 2 root 2 4, the distance is minimum. The y is coming out to be 4. When you put the value of x is 4, you find the value of y, which is coming out to be 2 root 2, and when you find the second derivative, it is positive. It means the distance is minimum when the point is plus minus root 2 4. So this is the completion of the exercise 6.5, and we have done the word problem of this 6.5, which are very, very important, and most probably you'll get a 6-mark question of this from this word problem of maximum minima. There are more questions in the miscellaneous exercise also. 6 or 7 questions are also there. We'll discuss in the miscellaneous exercise. Now we are starting with the miscellaneous exercise, and in this exercise we have the mixed questions of this chapter. Application of derivative, it may be the approximation and error, the tangent normal question, increasing decreasing questions, and the rate of change first exercise based questions. Now in question number 1, this is the error and approximation exercise question, in which you have to find the approximate value of this, and you know how to find it, because you know to use the formula of fx plus h is equal to fx plus h f dash x. So you have to break into such that you will get the perfect fourth root of this fraction. So you can break it as 16 upon 81 plus 1 upon 81, because you can easily find the fourth root of 16 upon 81. So here x will be 16 upon 81 and h will be 1 upon 81. Now let fx is equal to x raised to power 1 upon 4, because you have to find the fourth root of some number. So fx is equal to x is equal to raised to power 1 upon 4. You know how to do these types of question. Find its derivative. It will be 1 upon 4 x raised to power 3 upon 4, and replace this value in this formula. You know this formula you have to use an approximation and error, and fx plus h is equal to fx plus h f dash x. X is 16 upon 81, h is 1 upon 81, fx is x raised to power 1 upon 4, h is 1 upon 81, and f dash x is 1 upon 4 x raised to power 3 upon 4. Now replace the value of x, which is 16 upon 81, replace the value of x as 16 upon 81 raised to power 3 upon 4. So 16 upon 81 raised to power 1 upon 4 will be 2 upon 3. 16 upon 81 raised to power 3 upon 4 will be 4 into 8 upon 27. You know how to find the 3 upon 4 power. You 16 upon 81, you write 2 upon 3 raised to power 4 upon raised to power 4. The 4 will cancel out. You'll get the cube of 2 upon 3, which is 8 upon 27. So you simplify it, add it, it will be approximate 0.677 is the value of 17 upon 18 raised to power 1 upon 4. Similarly, is 33 raised to power minus 1 upon 5. You have to find the negative fifth root of 33. So you can break it as 32 plus 1. So x will be equal to 32 and h will be equal to 1. And fx you have to let as x raised to power minus 1 upon 5, because you have to find the fifth root, negative fifth root of some number as x raised to power minus 1 upon 5. Find the derivative of this, x raised to power minus 1 upon 5, which is coming out to be minus 1 upon 5, x raised to power 6 upon 5. As usual, using the formula fx plus h is equal to fx plus h f dash x. X is 32, h is 1, fx is x raised to power 1 upon 5, h is 1, and derivative we have already found it here. Replace the value of x as 32, replace the value of x as 32, 32 plus 1 is 33, f33 means 33 raised to power minus 1 upon 5. We always got this in the left hand side. So 2 raised to power 5, which is cancel out to be 2 raised to power minus 1, right? 2 raised to power 5, which is cancel out with 5. So 2 raised to power 6 will be there, which is 64. Simplify 1 upon 320, which is 0.003, and subtract from 0.5. You'll get the approximate value of 33 raised to power minus 1 upon 5. Now in question number 2, you have to find the maximum value of this function when the value of x is greater than 0. So as usual, find the derivative of this function by using the quotient rule. So 1 minus cos x upon x square you will get by using the quotient rule. Find its second derivative again, and you are getting minus 3 plus 2 log x upon x cube. Now first derivative will exist for all values of x. It is the first derivative. So when you put it equal to 0, because it will exist for only positive values of x, we know it. So put first derivative equal to 0, 1 minus log x will be 0, and log x will be 1, and log x will be 1 when x is equal to e, because log e is equal to 1. Now put the value of x as 2 in the second derivative. 2 log e minus 3 upon e cube, which is coming out to be negative because log e is 1, which is negative. So it means we have local maxima at x is equal to e, and because fx is continuous, because logarithmic function is continuous for x greater than 0, so we have absolute maxima at x is equal to e, which is log e upon e, that is 1 upon e, if you have to find the absolute maxima value. Because it is a continuous function, therefore it will be a absolute maxima, and at x equal to e, when you put first derivative equal to 0, that is log x equal to 1, which is coming out to be e. Log e is equal to 1, therefore the value of x is equal to 1. Replace this value of x in this, you are getting as 2 log e minus 3 upon e cube. Log e is 1 and it is minus 1 upon e cube, which is negative. So this is the question number 2. Now in question number 3, it is given that there is a isosceles triangle with having equal side as x, which is decreasing at a rate of 3 centimeter per second. That is why I have taken as minus 3 centimeter per second. Now it is given as a fixed base. Now you have to find its area, which is you have to prove that it is decreasing. So draw perpendicular on it, and you can find easily the height of this triangle by using the Pythagoras. Will be AD will be under root x square minus 2 upon b upon 2 whole square. This is the height of this isosceles triangle. So area of this isosceles triangle will be equal to half BC into AD. So BC has given equal to B, and AD we have find it out by using the Pythagoras theorem. Now differentiate area with respect to time, because the side is changing with respect to time. Now d upon dt will be differentiate this with respect to time. So 1 upon 2 under root x square minus b square upon 4, and multiply by the derivative of this will be 2x, and dt upon dx you have to write. Now this is the derivative of area with respect to x. Now replace the value of dx as minus 3, and it is given that the rate of change of area you have to find when the equal side is equal to the base. So replace the value of x here with b, because it is given as the equal side equal to the base. Then you have to find the rate of change of its area, which is coming out to be minus root 3b. It means the area is decreasing at a rate of root 3b centimeter per second when the side equal side is decreasing at a rate of 3 centimeter per second. So to find the area, we have find out the height in terms of x and b, and area is half base into height. Differentiate with respect to time. You know how to find the derivative of this, and in its derivative replace the value of x b upon x is equal to b, which is given that the height that the equal side equal to base. Then you have to find the rate of change of its area, which is coming out to be negative. It means area is decreasing at a rate of root 3b centimeter per second. We'll discuss the remaining question in the next lecture. Thank you.